Evan Angelo. This is Julie Gonzalez. She is 47 and she's a good family friend. Okay, first question. What do you know or remember about November 22nd, 1963, when John F. Kennedy was assassinated? Many people have said Hope in America died a little that day. Do you agree? And if so, how did Hope in America change that day?
Okay. From what I remember, I wasn't born, but from what I remember in history is he was on a motorcade with his wife in Texas, and JFK was shot in the head and in the neck. He died shortly after. About an hour or so later, Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested for the assassination of JFK, and when he was getting I guess you can either say he was getting sentenced or wherever they were taking they were taking him. And another man by the name of Jack Ruby assassinated Oswald. And to this day, Kennedy has always been a positive influence to everybody.
Okay, next question. What do you know or remember about the Vietnam War? Many people have said Americans lost trust in the federal government by the end of the war. Do you agree? And if so, has this trust ever been won back by the federal government?
On January 30th of 68, North Vietnamese surprised South Vietnamese and the U.S. forces when they attacked them.
Cut. We can cut.
You can't do that.
Can you edit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
you gotta stop it.
I gotta stop it? You can't add it on. You can cut it out, though.
We'll just continue going.
Why'd you say
there
that?
was an assault with an assault was coordinated with Kong, and he destroyed many towns and cities in South Vietnam. And then President Johnson decided, he realized that our troops and our forces weren't as coordinated as theirs, and so he decided to pull out.
What do you know or remember about July 20th, 1969, when the U.S. was able to land the first man on the moon? Many people have said the world's precipitation of the U.S. changed that day. Do you agree? And if so, how did the world perceive the U.S. after this event?
Okay, that was the Apollo 11, and when the first time we landed on the moon, and Neil Armstrong was the first man to ever set foot on the moon. Excuse me. And from that day, Americans felt like we had fulfilled a goal, and that we are capable of greater things.
What do you know or remember about August 8th, 1974, following the Watergate scandal?
That was Nixon's resignation speech.
Once again, many people said the American public lost trust in the federal government again. Which topic, Watergate or Vietnam, do you feel hurt the trust Americans felt towards the federal government more?
The Watergate.
Why?
Why? Because they had full trust in the president, and it turned out that he kind of knew about what was going on in things.
What do you know or remember about November 9th, 1989, when the Berlin Wall finally came down, effectively ending the Cold War? Many people have said life in America changed that day. Do you agree? And if so, how did life change the day the Berlin Wall came down, ending the Cold War?
People from both sides were chipping away from the Berlin Wall in order for them to unite. They wanted to put a stop to the communism and democracy. And by them doing that and then crumbling it down, it actually united some in a way that they never thought was going to unite, and it brought happiness and joy, and people felt free.
What do you know or remember about September 11th, 2001, when the country experienced the worst terrorist attack in the U.S. history? How has America changed in the past decade by this horrific event?
Okay, first of all, it was probably the worst disaster that could have happened. It was something that none of us ever expected. It killed many, and as far as how people feel about it now. There's a lot of mistrust. No one trusts anybody these days. Everybody's paranoid, and they pass judgment on others because of religion or their nationality.
Fine, the last question. It is said that every American has a dream, be it wealthy, happiness, a better life for their children, etc. What was your dream, and do you think you've achieved it?
Wow. Okay. My dream was just to live a happy, healthy life and to raise my kids in the way that they can be respectable and teach them to respect others and not to be judgmental and to judge others because they wouldn't want to be judged themselves.
Thank you for your interview.